the reason I like to have this kind of stuff, like especially one like this, you can buy this for $1.25.
Nice.
And that can mean a lot to a kid who's not got any money, but he just wants to buy something and go home with something.
What's up, metalheads? Daywalker here with Veteran Metals. I'm down here at Monster Coin Shop in Swannanoa, North Carolina with Robbie. Y'all know that Monster has the metals, but let's see what else they have.
I love cards. I collected cards when I was a child. Baseball cards, basketball cards. Then I did the Pokemon cards. And the reason I love this stuff is because it stays popular. It always has somebody buying and selling the material. And so it's kind of something we got to do here at the local coin shop, especially when we're really all collectibles. Coins are kind of the focus, but if you have stuff you want to trade into metals like Pokemon cards, we can help you do that. This stuff really brings me back to my childhood. It really strikes a chord with me, which I love. And the thing about this stuff is it does hold its value. And the reason it holds its value is because, like the coins, like guitars or firearms, they produce this stuff for 1 year and then it's over. Doesn't come back. They might do reprints, they might do reissues, but the originals, like this one here, that's never getting made again. And that's a first edition base set Shadowless. That's not a huge money card from that series, but it's still cool to have one of the very first Pokemon cards that came off the press. If you have a Charizard like this, well, you've got a big money card, depending on its condition.
Yeah, I know the Charizard, the Shadowless first edition Charizard's like over $200,000 if you get it in 10.
Blastoise, all of those guys, all of those big deal Pokemon. When you played the Pokemon game on your Game Boy, I think there was 3. You got to choose either Pikachu or Squirtle or Charmander.
Yep.
You got to choose those 3. So any of those ones are big, and their top evolution is big.
And Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur.
Can't leave Bulba out.
Venusaur. Yep. Yeah, Bulbasaur. He's popular.
Yeah.
He got memed. He's a meme.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Good. He deserves it.
Yep. So these are some of the newer ones. I'm not as familiar with the newer ones when they got into the Mewtwo X, and this is a GX here. I don't know. I'm still kind of old school on Pokemon, and the sense that I kind of think of the original Pokemon as, but they've created, I think, a bunch of them since then. A bunch of them, and they're getting great at printing the cards.
So if you were going to collect a series of Pokemon cards, like what would you start with? Gen 1 and work your way up, or would you?
Yeah, I would start with the original stuff. I mean, if you look at the people who are serious about baseball card collecting, they're collecting like 54 tops. They're collecting those Hall of Famer guys when they were in uniform playing ball. So they were. And then I think you have the tobacco cards that even predated that with some of the even older players. But it's always the early stuff that people want.
Yeah.
It's always the original stuff that people want. But you can create a really good looking, I mean, like this card here. Somebody was in here the other day, they had a binder full of those cards. And I'll tell you, it was sweet. I was having a good time just flipping the pages, looking at those colors. But I'm drawn. This stuff brings me back. You know, this one's that's Jungle, so I think that was like the 3rd or 4th release. Yeah. Fossil was an early release.
Wow. Bringing it back for me. I had all these cards. Yeah. I was thinking the other night, like I literally, without exaggerating, I must have thrown away about $500,000 worth of cards.
I don't want to think about it.
Because I had all of them. I had like 10 of all of them.
I remember the lunch cafeteria table just like chucking those cards around, just banging the corners up. They're falling on the floor. people are getting mad at you and tossing your cards, you know.
Yeah.
So you just beat them up so bad. But every time when I'm out driving, because this is my job that I do, when I'm out driving, I'm like, I don't know, somewhere on a back road in North Carolina, and I'm looking at these houses, and I'm just wondering, what's in there? What's in there? Every house I drive by, I'm like, do they have their kids' Pokemon cards have been tucked away in some closet for 30 years, you know, just waiting. And the sad thing about that, and what gives the cards their value, is if you don't know any better and you just clean out your closet, you're an old person, where do you think those cards are going?
Yeah, it's going in the garbage.
Probably going in the garbage. And so that's what helps the cards sustain their value, because it's really unlikely that somebody's going to find a horde of 1,000 first edition Charizards that hit the market and drive your card price down. And if they do find them, probably throwing them in the trash. So that's the thing about all that. So
Aerodactyl.
Yep.
Wow.
He's an OG.
So I guess the most desirable cards are going to be the Gen 1 Shadowless, right?
First edition Shadowless.
First edition Shadowless.
Holo foils, your Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, those big name Pokemon.
I mean, really, for the first edition Shadowless, all of them, I saw a Magikarp, just a non-holo Magikarp first edition Shadowless go for like $80.
Like Magic the Gathering?
Huh? Was I saying Magic? No, Magikarp, the Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, the fish.
Yeah.
The fish. Yeah.
I was like,
it's great. It's crazy. It is crazy. Even those, just the common ones from that series can bring big money if they're in really nice.
The energy
nice
cards.
Condition. The energy cards.
The energy cards that we used to just throw away because they were completely worthless back in the day.
That one's in another language, but I think that one's early.
If you had this in like PS10, it'd probably go for $60 to $100.
That one's I think that's a first edition. No, it's not a first edition, but it's base set. It's a base set. Yeah. On the energy cards, if you get a first edition, it's right there.
Okay.
It says it right there after the word energy.
And that's what you guys definitely want to look for. This first edition stamp makes all the difference in the world.
Get up early and hit the yard sales and see what happens.
Yeah.
People do that, man. They wake up at 5 a.m. and they're like the first one at the yard sale. I've heard of people finding some crazy stuff that ends up in somebody's front yard that's going to get thrown away if it doesn't get bought that day.
Man, the new thing with these yard sales, and I might try it, is people are going up to a yard sale, opening up their Whatnot app, and they are selling stuff to the public before they even buy it. Before they even buy it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Running an auction right there.
They're doing it.
Right?
So, hey, that might be the new hustle. You might see me out there hustling Pokemon cards. So what else we got going on over
So we also got some action figures, a few pop vinyls. Pop vinyl was a little after my time of really collecting this stuff, but they are very popular. Almost any character you can think of, I think, has been turned into a pop vinyl. So there's obviously ones that are worth more than others.
So are they? So these, I see these everywhere. You know, every time you go to like a game store or something, they're in there. But I've never put any thought into them. Is there like, do they go up in value? Are they kind of like cards where there's some rare ones and some non-rare? And
yeah, there are definitely some that you're gonna have to pay a lot of money to get your hands on. Okay. I don't know which ones they are. I would guess it would be things like Darth Vader, right? And you know, kind of like they're doing with the silver superhero coins, right? They'll stagger the production, so they probably made like a ton of certain ones, and then they intentionally made less of another one.
Yeah.
Right, and that kind of keeps the interest, and it keeps people aggressive about getting the ones that they want to get. But a lot of this stuff here that I have is we're just building it out. You know, we haven't been on the scene that long, and we're just trying to make it so people come into a colorful store that feels good, makes it feel like somewhere they want to be. Yeah. You know, this is more of my childhood right here. These are not, these figures are not super valuable. I think that one is $12, right? Okay. But that was, now if you have some of those original, like the 1975 95 is when Star Wars first came out.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, if you have like the original Stormtrooper action figure in the packaging from that day,
Nice.
you got a big money. You got a big money piece. But the fun thing about this for me is it's like I had all this stuff when I was a kid. I ripped them apart and played in the sandbox with them, and you know, stuff like that. And so now that I'm doing Monster Coin, I'm kind of getting to rebuild my childhood collection.
Yeah.
Which is just fun. It's just fun. And of course, I do want people to buy these. We'll get new ones in. That's what these are. Somebody just
Wow.
somebody just came and dropped this. I haven't even looked through these yet, but we've got 1, 2, 3 Mace Windows, 4 Mace Windows. So I think we've got a Mace Windu fan.
Are these new or like what year were these made?
These would have been like
1998.
98. Yeah, whenever that Pod Racer the first episode 1 came out. So
So these are already vintage at that. Time's flying by.
oh, here we go. This guy looks familiar.
Samuel
Is that
Jackson.
the same? Yeah.
Yep. that's
Yeah.
him.
So we've got him in 2 different action figures.
Nice.
That'd be fun. Collect all the Samuel L. Jackson action figures.
Hell yeah.
That would be cool. Dang, we got 5 Mace Windows.
All right, if you're looking for a Mace Windu, hit up Robbie.
Yeah. Oh, this guy. You know, he was. Ooh, we got to dust these off.
That's
The
cool.
Queen. Let's see if there's anything good in here. Boss Nos.
Yeah.
It's a bad guy.
Politician, the worst.
Yep. There's Jar Jar.
Oh, Jar Jar.
Jar Jar.
I watch like videos about Star Wars lore and ideas and stuff. And one of the ideas out there is that Jar Jar is actually a Sith Lord.
Yeah, I could see it.
He's like he's undercover. Because if you look, he's got like yellow eyes, and all the Sith Lords have yellow eyes. There's a bunch of little things like that in there. It's pretty cool.
We got that guy.
Nice.
Ewan McGregor. A couple different. I found it. Let's see. Qui-Gon Jinn. That guy.
That's cool.
He died fast.
What are these little chips that are coming with it?
So if you bought there was a product that like could read the chips and it would play a soundbite from the movie.
Oh, that's
It might
cool.
be in here. We might have one in here.
That is cool.
Of course, we can't open it. Here's some stuff that got dropped off with it. So GTA and Google Home. So
Google Home.
oh, here you go. That's
Ooh,
that.
there you
Now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere.
So this one's probably gonna go up in price because all the new Mandalorian.
That guy is always so popular. And he only had he didn't have much time in the original Star Wars.
Have you been watching the new Mandalorian series?
No, I haven't. I'm not. I don't watch a whole lot of TV.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
don't
but
It's hard for me to sit there and watch TV.
I'm with you
now
on
we're
that.
getting into some older ones.
I force myself to watch it because I just don't want to fall behind. I don't want to be that old guy that's like he doesn't understand. Woo.
Scottie Pippen for like a
That's cool.
8-year-old, 9-year-old.
Yeah.
No autograph on that. That'd be cool.
How much is that worth?
Probably like $15 if I had to guess. Yeah, these are pretty dusty. So it looks like I've got some work to do here. I'm just looking for anything that that one's probably worth more than the average because, you know, he was the man for the movie. Yeah, this will make a good display when I get all this.
I wonder if you have all 13 of them. If you have the complete set, you can probably sell it as a
I've
set.
seen most of those guys so far. Yeah. Oh, we don't have a Darth Maul. We've got that Darth Maul, but I don't know if that's the. There you go. That reads the chips. Man, this stuff is dusty. I'm sorry about that.
That's
y'all.
cool.
Well, there he is. We do. I think we do have a complete set.
That's cool.
All 10, 13, 11. So, you know, I'm not seeing anything in here that we're gonna need to contact an auction house about. But we got another Mace Windu.
Nice.
We're up to 6 Mace Windus. We got another Darth Maul. Man. Okay, this is better than I thought it was going to be. This is the perfect kind of stuff for this shelf here.
Yeah.
This is exactly what we want. We just want some color, and
if you're someone that's interested in this, you can walk in here and have the complete set today.
you could, and give me a little bit of time to dust them off, but
Hey, that dust is collectible dust, man. That takes time.
that's how you know it's vintage. Is the dust, right?
Yeah.
Vintage. 98 is vintage. All right. Whatever. We're rolling.
We're old.
What,
This is probably my favorite one right here. This is cool as shit.
what is that one?
It's like
Attack the Clones. So that was that's the episode 2.
Okay.
There was the Phantom Menace were these episode 1s, and then Attack of the Clones episode 2. So that's where C-3PO's starting to get. I had one.
Attack of the Clones was awesome.
That was and then the last one was the Revenge of the Sith when he becomes Darth Vader.
Yeah.
That was. But yeah, so
Very cool.
got some work to do with the dusting, but this will look great once I get it all up on the shelf.
Oh yeah, I missed this one. This is cool.
Oh yeah.
This is really cool. I might buy this thing.
That's a good shelf piece.
What year is this?
Even at your house.
1998. 1998 was a good year for Star Wars.
Now I think so if you get the Kenner they changed to Hasbro.
Oh.
And Kenner, I think Kenner's a little bit more original.
It has both on there because it says Kenner and then it says Hasbro right beneath it.
Okay. Maybe
That was maybe a transition.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Made in China, so you know it's legit. Chinese don't play around. Oh, this thing moves. Let me see something. Oh yeah, look at that. You can move this one around.
We're like kids on Christmas morning in here, dude.
Hell yeah. You should have done this whole video with this mask on.
I think this mask, I mean,
Oh wow.
it looks like you can talk like Darth Vader.
That is cool.
You know? Might have to put some of course it's a 9-volt.
Yeah.
I think I have a 9-volt though.
Alright, so we got some comic books here too.
We've got some comic books here too. Like I said, we're gonna get involved in all different aspects of collecting. Anything that people would collect. Well, not like musical instruments and firearms.
Okay.
Not that. Those are collectible though.
I mean, you can send the firearms over to me. I'll collect them.
Yeah. They hold their value.
Yeah, I mean, that's something to think about. I mean, bullets and guns. One day they are gonna take them away, and those bullets and guns are gonna go up by a factor of 100.
You think they are going to take them? You think they'll make it happen one day?
One day.
I think the people will probably just turn them over, right?
One day.
They'll brainwash the people enough to just being like, we don't need these guns.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they're trying every year. They're knocking harder and harder.
Right. Little regulations and rules.
Now I remember I was living down in Texas when Obama was getting real grabby with the guns, and I mean it was almost impossible to find any sort of ammo, and if you did have it, you could sell it for at least double to triple the price right then and there to anybody on the street.
Well, you know who they say is the greatest gun salesman of all time, right?
Obama.
Barack Obama.
I gotta bleep that out.
Barack Obama sold more guns, helped sell more guns than anybody else. Sold them to foreign countries and then motivated Americans to go buy them.
That's right.
So,
he motivated me too.
right?
All right, back to the comics.
books. So I'm trying to build up a cool collection of comics. And the best comics, in my opinion, the reason I like to have this kind of stuff, like especially one like this, you can buy this for $1.25.
Nice.
And that can mean a lot to a kid who's not got any money, but he just wants to buy something and go home with something.
Yeah.
Feel like he had something. And that's why I like to have this kind of stuff on hand. Now there are some high, like this one's a little bit higher dollar, that one's a little bit more rare. The cover is just cool on that one.
Yeah.
That's part of it, you know, the cool covers. Some people who don't even read comics, they're just like, that cover is awesome. This here, these are golden age comics. So this is like, I'm sure those were like, they were made in the 50s. And golden age comics, they're 10 cents is what you could have picked it up for. And they're a little bit wider. They're a little bit bigger than the modern comics that they have today. This is a Silver Age comic. That's the first Amazing Spider-Man that went from 12 to 15 cents.
Nice.
And Silver Age was a little bit smaller than Golden Age, but still a little bit bigger than the modern comics that you have today, like this X-Men right here. I love X-Men. They're one of my favorites. I remember the old arcade game at the skating rink. You know, Cyclops just like leveling the playing field.
Yeah.
But the thing I really love about this era of comics is, again, it brings me back to my childhood. So I like, you know, see, we got some, that would have been right, Penny Hardaway. That would have been right down my alley for collecting ball cards about this same time. And then, you know, you get to look in here and you see stuff like this. Let's see, here you go. Remember that game for N64?
Wow.
You know, 1080. N60. I mean, I can't even tell you how bad I wanted this stuff when I was young. And then, you know, you remember looking at this stuff and I'm like, dude, how are the graphics possibly going to get any better than that?
Yeah, I remember that.
You can't get any better graphics than that. Now it's like, you know, so it's just it really brings me back when I look at this stuff. There's a lot of cool ads in here for, you know, toys you used to see, and
yeah,
I've never really read a comic book. I think a lot of collectors, you know, the most serious comic book collectors, what they'll usually do is they'll get like one copy for their collection and one reading copy.
Nice.
You know, and so, and it is still. Some people have told me they think comics are still the #1 most collected item in America. So I don't know if that's true. I haven't seen the data, but
I don't think they get enough credit for the amount of art that goes into it.
Oh man, it is a lot of art. And remember that movie? So that's what I like. I like looking back and seeing like the movie ads. You know,
that's
Ice Cube and J-Lo.
Awesome.
Yep. So the whole, I think we've said this before, the whole point of collecting anything is having fun.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole point of any of this, is having fun. And if you stress too much about what's this going to be worth later, or, you know, you got to think about that. You want to think about that. You want to feel like you're not putting your money into something that you're never going to get it back. But then again, the enjoyment. What are you getting for the enjoyment?
Yep.
You know, and that's the fun. The fun factor is really what it's all about. So if you're having fun, you're doing it right.
I want to buy 2 of those Pokemon cards on the way.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna restart because I've already owned all of these. Restart my Pokemon collection with 2 first edition Gen 1 Pokemon.
Shadowless. Shadowless.
That's the important part.
That's
and the shadowless just means there's no shadow right here.
I think I have one to compare it to here. Let me find one.
If you guys are looking for Gen 1 Pokemon, the OG.
There's a shadow. See, that box has a shadow.
So there's a shadow.
Yep. So the shadowless are they're worth a little
Apparently
extra.
they were all supposed to have a shadow, and they made a mistake. They did a run without the shadow, and then they went back and fixed it.
Yep.
But they left those in circulation, so. These are the rare of the rare. A rarity within the Gen 1s. Very cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man.
That's it. I buy it. I
that
believe
it?
it. I can feel the darkness coming off you already.
I'm gonna wear this to the meeting with my tax guy today.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Robbie. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, brother.
We'll see you again.
Yeah, man.